What is community? It's Friday Night Lights with laughter as post-game commentary. It's fun runs, fun rides. It's passing the boot for local heroes. And it's breaking ground for groundbreaking startups. This is what makes a community. And it's what makes a community bank. It's fertile financial resources turned back into local soil. Here's to people helping others thrive. This is community banking. D.L. Evans Bank, since 1904.
I'm Connor from Idaho Falls. In high school, I started having trouble with my muscles. Playing football, kids half my size were pushing me around. My mom and I spent months traveling the country looking for answers. We finally got one right here at IRMAC. I have a rare disease that causes my cells to lose energy. After 2 years of using a wheelchair, the therapists at IRMAC taught me how to walk again. Now I can do the things that I enjoy and live the life I want. That's why I say, take me to IRMAC.
At all our local Teton dealerships, we're committed to our no problem philosophy.
No problem means we'll find it, not we don't have it.
No problem means the same fair prices that we've always offered on our new vehicles.
Because when you shop with us, it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicles.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
It can be a lot, trying to figure out how to make it. How to dream big and to wonder, what if? Because no matter where you are in life, if you don't know what's possible in Idaho, it's hard to keep asking, what if? Which is exactly why Next Steps Idaho was created, with everything from smart tools that help you figure out careers you might be suited for, to training and education options for you. So keep asking what if at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
At D.L. Evans Bank, we haven't invested in a deep line of digital banking services to help infuse more banking into your life. Just more living. D.L. Evans Bank. This is community banking.
Well, is IRMAC really the best hospital for pediatric care? I mean, aren't all ERs the same?
Not all ERs are the same. IRMAC's ER has been delivering high-level clinical care for over 3 decades. As a Level 2 trauma and burn center, IRMAC is well equipped to handle pediatric injury and illness. All IRMAC ER nurses have higher-level pediatric certifications, and that's just not common in all ERs. And this expertise and experience is found only at IRMAC.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to Shelley High School, Richard J. Hobbs Field here in Shelley, Idaho. It's homecoming night here in Shelley as the Russets face off against the Bonneville Bees, a conference foe from out of Ammon, out in Idaho Falls. They've come down to face off against a Russet team that came off a huge win last week against the Blackfoot Broncos. This is an IdahoSports.com game stream production of East Idaho Game Night, presented by Teton Auto Group, DL Evans Bank, and Ermac Hospital in Idaho Falls. Huge thanks to them. Also brought to you in part by our major advertising partners, Project Filter, Valleywide Cooperative, the Idaho Department of Transportation, or the Idaho Transportation Department, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Next Steps Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. I want to thank our local sponsors for tonight as well. It's Cox's Honey and Alta Insurance. Huge thanks to each of them. You'll hear from them a little bit later. And our power boosters for tonight's game for the Shelley Russets, Idaho Ag Credit, 21st Century Auto Sales, Cox's Honey, Teton Toyota and Volkswagen, and for the Bonneville Bees, that is the Teton Auto Group as well. We have the captains meeting out at the 50-yard line as we get ready to kick off here. Both these teams come into this matchup 1-3. Overall, Shelley 1-0 in conference with that big win against Blackfoot. Blackfoot was ranked 2-3 in the state, 2 or 3 in the state pretty much from the start of the season. Shelley knocks them off last week 35-28 in a game that was, when I saw that score, I was just shocked. I was really surprised, Dallin, but they got the win, and they're hoping that is a sign of things to come for this football team. Bonneville, on the other hand, they lost in an overtime game to Idaho Falls, 22-21. So they are 0-1 in the conference. They're looking to right the ship here tonight. Bonneville, of course, in the away whites with the nice green helmets, and Shelley here with their black unis, red numbers. And just another beautiful night here in eastern Idaho. Dallin Fryer alongside myself, Lauren Jensen, will have the call for you. Shelley won the toss and opted to defer. They'll kick away to the Bonneville Bees, and that's how we'll start this football game on homecoming night here at Shelley High School.
Let's go, Russets!
And great matchup ahead of us tonight. Both teams looking at a 1-3 record, but if you look at the scores, there's really not too many outliers. Both teams have been in most games that they've played so far this season, and they know how to be competitive. It should be a good matchup, and one that the Russets obviously want for their homecoming, but one of the greatest things you can do in high school football is play spoiler, and the Bees are looking to do so tonight. Yeah, the Bees, you mentioned close games. They lost to Logan, Utah 14-0. Their win came against Century 33-15, and that was at Thunder Stadium. Then they lost to Rigby, kind of beat up by Rigby, but Rigby, one of the best 5A teams in the state. They lost 49-14, and then, of course, that overtime loss to Idaho Falls up at Ravston Stadium. That was at Thunder Stadium as well last week, a 22-21 loss in overtime. Shelley, on the other hand, they're riding a one-game winning streak. Shelley opened up with some early losses. If I can get to him, as we have a helicopter flying in here to deliver the game ball. Shelley opened up with 3 losses in a row. They lost to Star Valley 21-7. They lost to Sugar 51-21. Sugar, arguably the best 3A team in the state, and has been for several years. And then they lose in a shootout to Burley 42-38, and a very good Burley team. So that's not a horrible loss. And then they got a big win yesterday, last week, that Blackfoot win here at Shelley, 35-28. And like I said, I wasn't following that game. I'd picked Blackfoot to win that one, and Shelley came out and showed their fans that they can win some football games. Yeah, they've since that Sugar Salem loss, they had to prove to themselves that they could that they weren't that type of team, a 30-point loss. They were a competitive football team, and have just slightly improved every single game with that close loss to Burley, and then ultimately beating Blackfoot. And
we've got Sorry.
Go ahead.
We've got Classic Air Medical helicopter
landing here at the 45-yard line to drop off the game ball. This is the second game ball I've seen delivered via helicopter this year. At our game at Century the first night was delivered via helicopter. And now
I have to say, it's something that never gets old, though.
I know. I want to run out. I've never flown in a helicopter, and I really want to. And it's like
it really makes you want to.
I'll go break my leg real quick so they can haul me off.
Yep.
Pretty cool thing, though, to see a helicopter that close. Right here, delivering the game ball. That's Classic Air Medical delivering that game ball for us, and it's about time to go here at Richard J. Hobbs Field in Shelley. I want to remind everybody that our army of Idaho Sports Action photographers are covering games all over the state. We've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the action photos link in the menu. And the always entertaining and occasionally controversial, the IdahoSports.com Prepcasts cover every inch of Idaho. Hosted by Brandon Bainey, each Prepcast features one of our in-house experts talking about what's going on in your part of the state. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Prepcasts in the menu to get caught up on what you've been missing. And if you didn't get your Gridiron game picks in this week, you got to get them. You can compete every week against other high school sports fans and the so-called experts here at IdahoSports.com for free. Win weekly prizes and the chance to be crowned the regular season picks champion. It's okay if you start now because weekly winners get $25. If you are the regular season grand champion, you win $100 and a $250 donation will be given in your name to your favorite Idaho high school athletic program. The best thing of all, it's free to play. And I actually did the best I've done last week. I was in the top 20.
You know, that was my first week I've ever done it last week, and I think I finished 24th. I was kind of proud of myself.
Yeah, I was pretty happy. I was like, wow, I'm at the top half of the list instead at the bottom like I normally am.
There's a lot of games to pick from. And I mean, we don't know what the weather forecast is going to be like. We don't know if there was an injury during the week. It's just however the cookie crumbles.
Well, here we go. The ball's away. It's a short kick, taken on a nice hop at the 10. Return around the right side and hit pretty hard at the 30. But good field position to start for the Bonneville Bees. Tim Williams on the return for the Bonneville Bees. I actually looked at records this week, which I usually just go through and pick. I looked at records this week, so I'm hoping for a big week.
If it works for you, I might follow the same strategy this week.
We'll
I just kind of looked in who was home and figured maybe they'd have an advantage this week.
It's like when you're picking for March Madness. If I look at stuff, I always do worse. So we'll see if that ends up the same way this year. First snap, little swing pass out to the right-hand side, pick up a yard or two. Quarterback for the Bonneville Bees is Crew Howell. He's a senior. 6'1", 170.
Chance Wait, number 20.
Chance Wait, the sophomore linebacker, with the stop out there on the far side. As Bonneville goes back to that pistol formation. And swing pitch. Ball carrier dropped for a very minimal gain. That's 34 on the carry. Keaton Train, sophomore running back for Bonneville. And
Talon Hurd with the stop for a short gain for the Bees. Brings up third down.
And that's a play that they like to run often. It's one that they ran a lot last week against Idaho Falls, especially when the game was on the line, and ultimately was their touchdown finishing play to where they weren't able to convert on the two-point conversion. But it's a play they want to run a lot, and Shelley obviously has recognized that and came out early and got the stop.
A little bit more spread formation this time. Again, a little wide receiver screen out to the tight end. Nothing on the play. Good defense out there on the far side. And Bonneville gains 3 yards, and then they'll have to punt away here on 4th and 7. Just underway here in the first quarter on East Idaho game night. Remind everybody, we'll have our IdahoSports.com player of the game presented by the Transportation Department. Idaho Transportation Department coming on to sponsor that. Grateful for them. Kick taken at about the 32. Now reversing field, and he's got blockers out in front. Back to the middle of the field, and it's a foot race now. To the 10, the 5, touchdown on the punt return. Number 15, CJ Fielding.
CJ Fielding with the run, the grab.
A 68-yard punt return for CJ Fielding for the first touchdown of the game here on homecoming night. That's a good way to start for the Russets.
Had great awareness there. He was able to cut back and saw the open lane and showed his speed there.
So on for the PAT. That's Elias, that is, it's good. It's number 43, the guy I don't have on the roster.
Extra point is up
good kick,
and
though.
good.
Yeah, it looked great. Whoever you are, man, way to go.
It's your Shelley Russett 7, Bees 0.
So Shelley with a quick lead here with 9:49 left in the first quarter. I want to thank Cox's Honey. They've been serving Southeast Idaho for almost 100 years. Their honey is 100% honey. No additives, preservatives, or artificial flavors. At Cox's, they take pride in using the high-touch and personal process that have been in place since the beginning. Be sure to visit the brand-new Cox's Honey store right off the main highway in Shelley. Cox's Honey, real, raw, honest, since 1927. Proud to support the local student-athletes. And Alta Insurance is a locally owned agency with locations in both Idaho Falls and Twin Falls. Alta's mission is to help our community by providing policies personalized to each consumer's needs. The community we work and live in is our number one priority. As such, we offer a wide range of insurances and companies able to take care of our community's assets. Alta Insurance has recently merged with Archibald Levitt Insurance in Rexburg, the same great names with the same great service together. So after the 68-yard punt return, kickoff this time taken at the 10 again. A little razzle-dazzle on the reverse, and now trying to get upfield. And still on his feet, now going to be taking down at the 25. Tim Williams, the man taking the reverse from Riker Vale. And good job by Shelley kind of staying home. They didn't overcommit, stayed home, and were able to corral him.
Yeah, those plays sometimes take a long time to develop. It seemed like maybe just a little too long for Bonneville.
So 1st and 10 for the Bees, down 7-0 with 9:35 left here in the first. Howell back at the gun with the man in motion. It'll go to him. It's the pitch man, Train. And Train's caught in the backfield for about a 6-yard loss.
Again with the stop. Number 20 for the Shelley Russell.
All the way back to the 21-yard line. So it'll be 2nd now and 16.
And all 4 plays for the Bees have gone to the outside, whether it's a swing pass or that pitch that they've been doing. And Shelley knows they want to go there, and so far it's been a good defensive effort by the Russets.
So Train, similar formation. Same guy, or different guy in motion, but same motion. Looking downfield to the outside. Nice pass, but broken up.
Pass thrown and is incomplete.
Intended for Jacob Perez. Tight end coming across the field. So now 3rd and long for Bonneville. Bonneville led by head coach Kevin Kemp.
Plays for Bonneville Bees tonight.
and a slew of assistant coaches. And that's always the thing that blows my mind about football is there are a lot of people involved, coaches-wise, to make these games happen and to get these guys ready.
And honestly, it's pretty amazing because not many of them are paid that much, but
Yeah.
they spend a lot of time dedicated to these kids.
Back to passes. Howell, a train down overthrew Perez. It was Howell off the back foot. Just didn't snap it off quite enough, and that flies over the head of Perez. And now 4th down, they'll punt away again. As CJ Fielding look for a second opportunity to run one back here.
You have to imagine the Bees will be kicking directly to him right here.
They do try to angle it over to that far sideline. Whiting calls for a fair catch. It is caught at the 39. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Russets, trying to add on to this lead. 8:33 left here in the first quarter. Remember to follow IdahoSports.com on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Get updates, breaking news, pictures, and more. Just click the icons in the top left to follow us now. And you can make the memories last a lifetime by owning the digital game file of this game for just $9.95. Just click the button in the top right to order. Under center. Pitch. On the right side, he's got blockers in front and finally running out of room on the sideline. Ball carrier Riker Klinger.
Picks up 8 yards in the second
Picks
down
up,
and
8 yards on the carry. So nice run play for the Russets. And at quarterback, it is Nate Nelson, the senior. In there under center once again. He'll hand it off. Around the right side, another hole. 1st down and more out across the 45 into Bonneville territory.
with the pickup of 2 yards plus another 7.
Caden Kidman with the carry.
Yeah, Shelley offensive line, really 2 great holes to start the game for the rest of this rushing attack.
Yeah, a couple 8-9 yard rushes there. This handoff, that one snuffed out well by the defense as they drop him at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go for Kidman that time. 2nd and 10. A lot of games going on. Of course, it's Friday night, so we've got several games on IdahoSports.com. So if you kind of want to flip through the games that are available today, or just stay here with us. Handoff up the middle, nowhere going again. It's going to be 3rd and 10 as Klinger had nowhere to go. It's been all run.
And we've seen pretty much the same set from them every time where they've had a man in motion going towards their the home sideline. They've gone outside, they've gone up the middle, they've countered a little bit with the backs. They've shown it all so far from this formation. Something they like.
Same thing. This time they pitch to Klinger. Klinger trying to get the outside. Flag flies. He got a 1st down and more down the sideline. He's going to get shoved out of bounds inside the 5, but there's a flag all the way back here at the 46-yard line. Head coach for the Russets, Josh Wells. And he's asking for an explanation on the flag. It's going to go against the Russets. It's an illegal shift. So that's unfortunate, as that'll back him up 5 yards. And it'll be 3rd and 15 instead of 1st and goal. Back here near the 50-yard line for the Russets. 6:28 left here in the first quarter. CJ Fielding had a 68-yard punt return for a touchdown the last time the Shelley Russets touched the football.
We haven't yet seen the Russets go to the air. 3rd and long here, at just about there, about the 50. We'll see if they do so on this one.
And it's like a timeout going to be taken by Shelley as the play clock was rolling down. We'll take that timeout as well. Stay with us here on IdahoSports.com. It's East Idaho game night. We'll be right back.
Scott here with Teton Honda. At the Teton Auto Group, we pride ourselves on having the largest variety of quality used vehicles in the region. So if you're in the market for a used car, stop by our dealership and shop from a wide variety of makes and models. And if we don't have what you're looking for on our lot, no problem. Our extensive dealership network will find the used vehicle that's right for you. Visit Teton Honda today to find the used vehicle you've been dreaming of.
Tony for our fireworks for tonight. Thank you, Tony.
Welcome back here as we're coming back from the timeout. 6:02 left here in the first. Shelley with the ball after that illegal shift penalty. It's 3rd and 15 from just across the 50-yard line. It's been all run. And it's going to be run heavy left again. Blockers out there, but great pursuit by the defense. They string it out, and they drop him for no gain. 4th and 15, and the Russets will punt it away.
Essentially just the same play they just ran. Maybe they thought they had something that they saw on the previous play, even with the illegal shift, and the Bees were ready.
They weren't fooled after the timeout. And now Bonneville get an opportunity to return something here. Rolling right is Kidman. He does get it away. Flag comes in behind the play. The ball's hauled in. Pretty nice catch, actually, on the punt. But he had his knee on the ground. It was Anthem Dalkey.
By number 5, Anthem Dalkey.
And the penalty against Shelley. I did not see what the call. Did you see that?
They called it a hold. On
okay.
I think it was on the protector for the punter. Not something you see very often on a punt.
So that is the call. You're right. And they're going to back him up and make him re-kick. So in theory, Bonneville might get a little bit better field position out of this.
And it looks like Bonneville has elected for a re-kick.
So that'll back him up to the the 40 on the other side of the field. 10-yard penalty on that. So they really should get better field position here. Kidman will be back out there to punt once again for the Russets.
And Kidman struck it pretty well. It just was pretty high. If he strikes it on a line, he might get a little bit of a rollout here.
That one is shorter, coming up for a fair catch and got it. Dalkey again. That thing kept falling short of him. Same thing happened on the last kick.
And we're not outside. There might be a breeze coming that direction.
They're kind of holding that ball up in the air a little bit. But 1st and 10 at the 28 for the Bees. Actually, a little farther back than that. Back at the 27. With 5:07 left here in the first. No real offense to speak of from either of these squads thus far. Little misdirection on the play, and there's room to run on this side. Down the sideline, barreling over the tackler. First down for the Bees at the 50. Ball carrier that time, number 26, Spencer Sewell.
Kyle Davis, number 10 on the tackle for the...
And you had to figure that play was coming eventually because they've been pushing with the motion man every single time going towards wherever they were stacked on that side. And finally we see a little counter pass basically. And it was effective.
Yeah, a lot more room to run on this side after that play. Howell back in the gun again. Handoff right up the middle, and a nice seam for the running back. Going to pick up close to a first down. 4:30 remaining. ball carrier.
Run right up the middle by the Bees.
That time number 5, I believe, Anthem Dalkey.
Chance Wait on the tackle along with Dallin Hurd, both for the Russets.
Crew Howell back on with the play, and it is a first down. So nice run right up the gut of that defense. And Bonneville making a little move here on offense. After 2 3 and outs. Handoff again up the middle. That is Dalkey. Not much that time, maybe a couple.
By the Bees. Josh Llewellyn on the tackle for the Russets.
Dalkey really fires off the line pretty well. He's gonna. It's gonna be pretty hard for the Russets to stop him in the backfield, but holding him to a 2-yard gain right there, that's encouraging for the defense.
Llewellyn, one of those big defensive linemen on the stop that time. Yeah, that's a good point. He does get a good head of steam going forward. So going to be hard to catch him in the backfield unless they're really running him out to the edges of the field. To pass, that little swing pass out in the flat, that's Dalkey again. Dalkey making some guys miss and picks up a couple extra yards. It'll be 3rd and 5. So a lot of the same stuff offensively, which, you know, that you do that enough and then you change it up a little bit. You show them the same formation just like they did with that run play, and you get some guys open. And that, we'll see if that's what Bonneville's strategy here is. Show a lot of the same formation and then put some wrinkles in it.
You have to imagine it's 4-down territory for right here. You might just see a run up the middle again.
Man in motion. Back to pass. Float over the top. Would have been a great catch, but it falls through the hands of the intended receiver.
On the outside, pass is incomplete.
Keaton Train, the intended receiver.
Brings up 4th down for Bonneville.
4th and 6, actually, for the Bees. That would have been a great catch. I mean, look, that came directly over his back. It's a pretty tough one to haul in, especially with somebody right on your back as trying to drag you to the ground.
Right, to us watching, it looks like it goes right through his hands, but that's a very difficult catch.
That helmet doesn't give you a lot of peripheral vision.
Not much visibility.
2:46 left, 4th and 6 for the Bees as they go for it. Howell back to pass. They try to set up the screen, it looked like. Now he's going to huck it down the field, but looks like it's going to be well out of bounds, even if it would have been caught. So a turnover on downs. Good job by Shelley. They didn't bite on the screen play.
Pass is broken up by Kyle.
And they stay home on defense and get the turnover.
And we've kind of seen the same thing from both teams. They've had maybe 1 or 2 explosive plays, but other than that, it's been a stalemate. It's been a defensive effort, and the clock is ticking faster than normal in the first quarter.
Yeah, the only points, if you're just joining us, coming off a 68-yard punt return in the first quarter by C.J. Fielding. And caught in the backfield by the Bees. I tell you what, that, no pun intended here, but the defense does swarm.
Yes.
They, I caught myself as I was saying it, but they really have gone to the ball, and they team tackle well. 2nd and 11 now for the Russets.
It was number 52 for the Bees on the stop. He's not listed on the roster. I'd have to imagine he's a mainstay, maybe just has a different number today, because he's right at middle linebacker. You don't see many middle linebackers just without being on the roster. He probably just has a different number today.
And I might have a little different roster than you. I have Brendan Briggs, so maybe that's him, but that's who I've got listed. He's a sophomore. And a short gain. They have him listed as a defensive tackle, but
short gain by Kate Dimmitt, number 5 for the Russets.
A guard and a defensive tackle, but
he looks a little bigger than 5. He could be 5'9", 210.
Yeah, he's definitely the 210.
Yeah,
the 5'9" might be a push.
Standing next to him is number 4 Jacob Perez, who's at 6'3". So he might just look a little bit shorter compared to that, so it's hard to tell.
He might be more of the 5'8", 210. We'll see.
They've got a pretty big linebacking core right here.
Back to pass. Rolling right, just a little dump off behind, and that may have been on purpose, honestly, as he threw it behind Riker Klinger, and Klinger had nowhere to go, even if it had been completed. He may have just saved him a big hit is all. So nice heads-up play there by Nate Nelson, the senior quarterback. 4th and 9, and it looks like Shelley will punt it away. Kidman back to punt.
Two punts from each team in the first quarter.
Kidman nearly had that thing blocked, but a nice spiral. It's going to take a drop and a nice bounce for Shelley, and it'll get down to the 27-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Bonneville with 58 seconds left in the quarter.
First and 10 for your Bees.
Just a reminder that this is an IdahoSports.com game stream production of East Idaho Game Night, presented by Teton Auto Group, D.L. Evans Bank, and ERMAC. As the Bees come back to the line of scrimmage, trying to get on the scoreboard. Pitch out to number 42. Big ball carrier, and I'm right near a first down. On the carry, that is Koa Herigfeld, and he's every bit of 6'2", 220.
He didn't move like 6'2", 220 though. He showed some speed on that run.
I introduced my daughters to college football this last weekend at Idaho State University, and the thing that always amazes me at the college and pro level and the high school level is how fast you can run if you're 300 pounds. Some of those guys can run amazingly fast. That run going nowhere, as it was Dalkey on the carry. He picked up about a yard. It'll be 3rd and a long 8 with 13 seconds and counting. That'll probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is the last play of the quarter at the end of the first. It's Bonneville 0, Shelley 7. We're going to step away, thank a sponsor. We'll be back. It's East Idaho Game Night here on IdahoSports.com.
Well, yes, I've heard ERMAC has quite a few pediatric specialty services, but can you tell me what you have to offer?
ERMAC offers specialized pediatric care in our ER and our pediatric ICU. Pediatric doctors focus 100% of their time on hospitalized kids. And ERMAC has many children's specialties, like pediatric surgery and anesthesiology, cardiology and endocrinology, and more. This network of local pediatric experts is only found at ERMAC.
Well, welcome back as we get ready to start the second quarter here on East Idaho Game Night, presented by Teton Auto Group, D.L. Evans Bank, and the Eastern Idaho Regional Medical Center, ERMAC. They're in Idaho Falls. Huge thanks to all of our sponsors. Thanks for getting this game out to the fans. As Bonneville with a 2nd and 8 here to start the second quarter. They sit right at their own 40-yard line. Back to pass, Howell across the middle, yet to complete a pass, and there it is. First down out to the 45 as it went 10 yards backwards, but forward progress. That is Jacob Perez, big target out there at 6'3". 1st and 10 from the 45 of Shelley.
That was a great play call by the Bees right there too, because there was no safety in the middle of the field. It was just man-on-man coverage, and when you have a tight end that's 6'3", 210, all you have to do is throw it up to them in the middle of the field, and you're going to come down with it 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, Perez went up and got it. First pass completion from Howell. And flag comes in, probably illegal shift or a false start, one of the two. It is a false start on the Bees. 5-yard penalty back to midfield, and it'll be 1st and 15 with 11:28 to go here at Richard J. Hobbs Field. On a great, starting to feel like fall night here in southeast Idaho. Starting to cool down at night. Had a little rain, some thunder, some lightning.
A lot of rain if you were driving in it like I was.
Pitch to the outside. Makes one guy miss, but not much doing, as maybe a yard gain. Canyon Todd, the running back that time. It's a young Bonneville squad. As I look through here, there are a lot of sophomores on this roster.
And only encouraging for the Bees' future, for sure.
And a lot of them are playing. It's not like the sophomores are all standing over there on the sideline. You know, there's those handful of juniors and seniors, but a lot of the numero 10 on the roster for Bonneville. On the other side of things, there are a smattering of sophomores, but a lot more junior and senior heavy for the Shelley Russets. And a flag comes in. That's probably a delay of game.
We have another flag on play.
It was. So another 5 yards will be marked off. It'll be 2nd and 20 now.
Second down and 20.
And that's enough to really anger a coach. A delay game right after a false start. Those are 2 penalties that you can control. They're not anything that the other team is doing. It's just you and your group, and those will be frustrating.
Saw the umpire just let Bonneville know, hey, you know, if you see that hand start flying from that back judge, that means you're running out of time on the play clock. Man in motion. The pitch goes to him. He's getting back to pass. There's a couple guys downfield. It's lofted and intercepted. Picked off at the 25-yard line. Over there for the interception. I can't see who it was. It was 15, I think, for the Russets. It was C.J. Fielding. So Fielding with a punt return for a touchdown and now an interception. And the Russets will take over 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
And Fielding went up to get that ball. He did exactly what you're supposed to do in that situation. He wasn't fooled by the trick play and came down, continues to make basically the only real impact we've seen from an individual standpoint.
Handoff goes nowhere. In fact, thrown backwards. Bonneville picks up a ball off the turf, but he was already down. It'll be 2nd and just a short loss on the play, so 2nd and 10 still, we'll say. Yeah, Fielding came over from his safety position. That ball was up in the air for quite a while, gave him time to get over there, and he climbed the ladder and went up and got it. Back to pass, on the move to his right. Now throwing back across his body. It's caught for a 1st down out to the 37-yard line.
Case and Eaton on the reception for the Russets brings up another 1st down.
Eaton with a nice catch and a great throw from Nate Nelson.
Really the first time we've seen him take a shot, and he showed it off there.
Yeah, run into his right, kind of threw back across just a little bit into the middle of the field for a nice 1st down. Just over 9 minutes left here in the first half. Handoff up the middle, about a yard. As ball carrier got stacked up, never actually went to the turf. AKA grass in this circumstance, I guess, but that's Klinger on the carry.
Starting to see more turf fields, though, throughout the state of Idaho.
Yeah, the only turf I was even aware of growing up was at Boise State in the state of Idaho. I'm sure there were more. Well, I know there were, U of I had a turf field in that ugly barn that they have up there on the hill.
I grew up playing in Holt Arena back in the AstroTurf days, and those left a mark on you if you landed wrong.
Brings up third down.
Holt Arena, not much better of a barn, but it looks nice inside. There's been some significant upgrades on the interior this year. Beautiful turf, nice president's box, and new seats on the north side.
Quarterback keep.
First down on the keeper for
First down
the
for
Russets.
Shelley Russets.
Of course, then you have all the other turf fields, Rigby just up the road, new turf. Madison's had theirs for a few years. New turf put in at Ravston Stadium, Idaho Falls. In fact, as we've got an injured player on the field for the Bees, but the Emotion Bowl being played tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. That's always a big game. That will be on IdahoSports.com. Paul Kingsbury on the call for the Emotion Bowl. I think he's done it before, but it's been a while. So
it's never, and the name is not just a name. It is never short of emotion, not just between the players on the field.
Yeah, it was a fantastic ball game last year in which Idaho Falls won. It had been a long time coming for them, so the goalposts are orange right now. Skyline trying to turn that around. And a little more meaning than some of the games in the past. Again, this year, Idaho Falls dropping back down to 4A in that conference with Skyline. And so last handful, 3 years, it's been a 5A, 4A matchup. Now it matters in the conference as well. So a lot riding on that game tomorrow at 4 o'clock. If you want to go see a good football game with a good atmosphere, head over to Ravston Stadium in Idaho Falls tomorrow afternoon. First down carry for a pickup of about 4.
Pickup of 4 yards for the Russets.
On the carry, number 4, Caden Johnson, one of the senior running backs for Shelley. He almost got 5. So we'll call it 2nd and 5 with just under 8 minutes here to go in the first half. The only score in this ball game came with about 9:30 left in the first quarter. The 68-yard punt return by C.J. Fielding. Running into the ball carrier was Nelson that time and slowed him down just enough. He'd get a yard, but it'll be 3rd and 4 upcoming. Johnson again on the carry.
And like we said, Shelley hasn't really gone to the air much tonight. It's been a steady diet of runs over and over and over again, and it hasn't been that successful for the most part. A little bit more successful on this drive, and with a 3rd and short just past the 50, you have kind of a choice of either. They've had success on the one throw that they've gone for. We'll see if they stay on the ground, though.
Nelson does go under center. He's got 2 men behind him. And now a timeout. And frustration from head coach Josh Wells. My guess is that they're not in the right formation for the play call. So a timeout taken with 6:56 here on the clock. Cox's Honey has been serving Southeast Idaho for almost 100 years. Their honey is 100% honey. No additives, preservatives, or artificial flavors, just like honey should be. At Cox's, they take pride in using the high-touch and personal process that have been in place since the beginning. Be sure to visit the brand-new Cox's Honey store right off the main highway in Shelley. Cox's Honey, real, raw, honest, since 1927. Proud to support the local student-athletes. So after the timeout, Shelley reset here. It's 3rd and 4 from just across the 45-yard line. Trying to keep this drive going here. Put some more points on the board. Nelson under center again. Same formation. Little reverse handoff. Caught in the backfield. Not going to spin free from Perez. Perez with a tackle for loss. I thought he was going to get free, but Jacob Perez held on. And it's 4th and 9 now.
Wrapped up in the backfield for a loss. Brings up 4th down for Russell.
And with the loss there, it kind of takes out the opportunity to go for it on 4th down as well. So big play by the Bees there.
Jacob Perez coming out of that linebacker position, got deep into the backfield, held on to Johnson, and forces the punt. Kidman out there again. Back to return is Dahlke for the Bees. Kidman got it away, run into, but I don't think you're going to see a flag there. Dahlke trying to return it. He'll get out to the 25, it looks like.
No flag on the play.
They did get into Kidman just a little bit, but Kidman was down on both feet. That's what it looked like to me. He was down. There was a little time and then kind of rolled into after a block on those protectors. And so.
But as a punter, you're kind of taught if any contact happens, you might as well go down. It's not Bush League. Like, it's just,
he did the right
it's
thing.
what you do. You don't want to get hurt. And the Russet fans might not agree with it, but looked like a clean play.
So 1st and 10 for the Bees. Handoff right up the middle. And maybe a couple on the carry. Ball carrier number 42. That's Herigfeld again, I believe. Yeah, Koa Herigfeld, the junior running back and linebacker.
Short game for Bees brings up 2nd down.
5:35 left here in the second quarter. A quick first half thus far. We even got started a little late here on homecoming night with the helicopter delivering the game ball. Pitch to the outside. Flag flies on the far side. Probably a motion penalty again. And a very short gain at that.
Russet on the play. Game stoppage.
Clock stopped on the penalty. See what the call is. And a false start, so.
False start on the Bonneville Bees.
Kind of odd they didn't blow the play
it dead. Yeah.
I wondered if it was, sometimes you see a legal procedure considered there, but they don't do a dead ball with it. And so it's hard to say why that play went on.
Well, as it is, it's a 5-yard penalty. So it'll be 2nd and about 13. Yeah, normally that you do see that blown dead, but maybe it was something else. I'm pretty familiar with football rules, but there are some odd ones that I don't exactly understand how the penalties are assessed. Pass out into the flat, caught, but tackled pretty quickly out to about the 27-yard line. So a little gain. It's going to be 3rd and about 7.
Long up for the first down.
Yeah, 3rd and 7 upcoming for the Bees. Still kind of deep in their own end here at the 27-yard line. 4:24 and counting. Both these teams trying to get to 2 and 3 with a win. It's a conference matchup as well, so Bonneville trying to get their first conference win. The Russets trying to extend their one-game conference winning streak. Back to pass is Howell. Now he steps up with a big gap in the middle, but it closes quickly and he goes down. He's wanting a face mask, but I'm not sure if he just got wrapped up around the neck.
With a very short game.
No flag comes out,
4th down.
and it's 4th down. He definitely got tackled up around the head. I just couldn't tell whether it was on the face mask or not.
Yeah, it might have been more of just kind of him falling down and an arm coming right across. Didn't see much of a grab, but it hurts, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Punt away. Pretty good one. Taken at the 40 and thrown down after a very short gain.
CJ
Fielding
catch and run.
picks a yard or two on the return.
The ball up to the 41
And with 3:18 left in the first half, Shelley trying to get some offense going here. It's been all defense and special teams. It was CJ Fielding with a 68-yard punt return for a touchdown, and that's been our only scoring of the ball game.
And in these games, sometimes you point towards like, oh, it's just not great offense, but I think it's just good defense tonight. Both teams are well prepared.
Yeah, they are not giving much on the ground, as stout defenses up front for both these squads. The run game, they're averaging like a yard a carry probably at this point, both teams. So the defense doing the job on the run game. I think the longest run from scrimmage we've seen, we haven't even had a 10-yard run from scrimmage. It's 10 or less. And some have gone backwards as we get all kinds of good movement.
Flag on the play.
Little discussion here, though, about, that's a false start. So
Yeah, false start on the Russets.
Against the Russets. So that'll make it second and about 12 after the loss of 5, maybe 13. 2:39 left now as they'll go here from the 39-yard line. Nelson, turn around and hand it off. And not much room to run, maybe a yard or two on the carry. If I sound like a broken record, that's kind of how the plays have gone. Carry for a yard or two, carry for a loss, turnover on downs, punt it away.
False start.
Yeah. We had excitement early, and since then it has really slowed down here. The defense is taking control on both sides of the field. Nelson rolling right this time, looking downfield, across the middle, receiver open, caught for a first down, and they're going to tax him on a roughing the passer penalty.
Pass is complete, and right now brings up first down.
That's a first down out to the 45, and they're going to tax him on. It is roughing the passer against Bonneville. Late hit on the quarterback. So 15 more. That's the way to rack up the yards quickly, down to the 30 of Bonneville. 1st and 10 with 1:55 left.
That's really the only play that Shelley has had success on tonight, and they've done it twice now. The only 2 times they've passed the ball all night. Maybe they don't have a lot of passing plays in the playbook. They obviously love to run the ball. Not working great tonight. Maybe they go back to it a few more times until the Bees can prove they can stop it.
That handoff going to get a couple of yards. As it's Klinger.
The right side.
And he got pushed ahead for a few more, actually. Maybe picked up 4 on the play.
Gain 3.5.
Yeah, we'll say a generous. 4's generous on my side. It was more like 3. 1:25 and counting. 2nd and 7.
And the farthest we've seen either team down the field on offense all game.
Yeah, just outside the red zone. Handoff up the middle and dropped now at the 21. Klinger got tripped up there. If that tackle was missed, he probably gets to the corner of the end zone. Under a minute now, down to 56 seconds, just shy of the first down. 3rd and 1 as the Russets quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Handoff right up the middle. Kidman going to get the first down on the second effort.
Close.
And a timeout taken with 40 seconds left. No timeout taken, excuse me. First down, ball set, and the clock will start momentarily. There it goes. Rolling right. Nelson looking into the end zone. Nowhere to go with it. Dumps it off short, and it's incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
Honestly, for the best right there, though. With only 28 seconds left in the half, the Russets only have 1 timeout. They haven't shown any sign of hurry-up offense. They've had to huddle every single time, and a 3-yard pass doesn't do them much good there.
Yeah, it just burns a lot of time off the clock. So the ball just inside the 20. First trip to the red zone for either offense with 28 seconds left here in the first half. And on that play, Nelson, he was looking to the end zone. It was well covered. He just didn't have anywhere to go with it. Pitch outside to Klinger. Klinger cuts back to the middle. He's going to get dropped short of the first down. And now the question is, there it is. Coach Wells gets the timeout with 20 seconds left. It'll be 3rd and about 1 or 2. Just a little more. He didn't get as far as I thought. 3rd and 4. I kind of lose the lines in the grass with the bump in the middle of the field. As the goes off the other side, I can't really see where the lines are anymore. So 20 seconds left here in the first half. I want to thank our power boosters for tonight. Idaho Ag Credit, 21st Century Auto Sales, Cox's Honey, Teton Toyota and Volkswagen, and the Teton Auto Group for the Bonneville Bees. Of course, our local sponsors, Cox's Honey and Alta Insurance. Huge thanks to each of them. Shelley after the timeout. They've got 20 seconds. It's 3rd and 5. The clock can stop for the resetting of the chains if they get a first down. Back to pass, in trouble. Thrown up, it's caught. In for the touchdown. Did he get there? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Shelley. So a good 2-minute offense aided by that roughing the passer penalty gets the Russets into the end zone again with 13 seconds left here before halftime. And they're now up 13-0. It's about a 19-yard pass play for a touchdown. On for the PAT. And they knock it through. 14-0.
Extra point is up and
Shelley up.
With 13.9 seconds left in the first half, it's your Shelley Russets 14 and Bonneville Bees 0.
We'll have a kickoff here to end the first half. We're going to step away for a break. This is East Idaho Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
Scott here with Teton Honda. At the Teton Auto Group, we pride ourselves on having the largest variety of quality used vehicles in the region. So if you're in the market for a used car, stop by our dealership and shop from a wide variety of makes and models. And if we don't have what you're looking for on our lot, no problem. Our extensive dealership network will find the used vehicle that's right for you. Visit Teton Honda today to find the used vehicle you've been dreaming of.
Well, welcome back here as we're getting ready for the kickoff after the touchdown. A 19-yard touchdown pass from Nelson to Johnson. That's Nate Nelson to Caden Johnson for the Shelley Russets. With just 13.9 seconds left here in the first half, the Russets take a 2-score lead. If they can cover this kickoff, they'll take that into halftime. Angled away, picked up by Dahlke. Dahlke, a little fake flip and driven out of bounds. So at the 25, it looks like. 8.8 left. We'll see if Bonneville wants to do anything with it or if they just take the knee.
Ben Hill on the stop for the Russets.
Of course, it is homecoming night here at Shelley High School. The marching band will be out on the field. as well as I would assume the homecoming court, kind of a traditional homecoming court presentation. It's a cool breeze coming in our open window. Back to passes Howell. He's got time. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. Gets away. Throws downfield, but I think it goes incomplete. It hit the turf and will be no good. Half a second left. Good work there by the clock operator. Catch that one. She's a pro.
Yeah, this last couple minutes for the Russets has gone about as good as you want going into the second half, because they do get the ball to start the second half as well. That's the ultimate thing you want to do when you defer in the opening coin toss, is to get the ball back after scoring a touchdown to end the second quarter, and it's been to perfection for the Russets.
They've got to cover one more play here. We'll see what Howell has in store out of the gun once again. Man in motion. They handed off, kind of fooled me on the misdirection. And a nice little pickup on the run, but that'll be it. That'll end the half. About a 6-yard pickup. And at halftime, it is 14-0, the Shelley Russets. We're going to take a break here at halftime. Thank some of our sponsors. We'll come back with a little halftime wrap-up and the kickoff of the third quarter. It's homecoming here on East Idaho game night at Shelley High School. And this is IdahoSports.com. We'll be right back.
What is community? It's Friday Night Lights with laughter as post-game commentary. It's fun runs, fun rides. It's passing the boot for local heroes. And it's breaking ground for groundbreaking startups. This is what makes a community. And it's what makes a community bank. It's fertile financial resources turned back into local soil. Here's to people helping others thrive. This is community banking. D.L. Evans Bank, since 1904.
I'm Connor from Idaho Falls. In high school, I started having trouble with my muscles. Playing football, kids half my size were pushing me around. My mom and I spent months traveling the country looking for answers. We finally got one right here at IRMAC. I have a rare disease that causes my cells to lose energy. After 2 years of using a wheelchair, the therapist at IRMAC taught me how to walk again. Now I can do the things that I enjoy and live the life I want. That's why I say, take me to IRMAC.
At all our local Teton dealerships, we're committed to our no problem philosophy.
No problem means we'll find it, not we don't have it.
No problem means the same fair prices that we've always offered on our new vehicles.
Because when you shop with us, it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicles.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
It can be a lot. trying to figure out how to make it, how to dream big and to wonder, what if? Because no matter where you are in life, if you don't know what's possible in Idaho, it's hard to keep asking, what if? Which is exactly why Next Steps Idaho was created, with everything from smart tools that help you figure out careers you might be suited for, to training and education options for you. So keep asking what if at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
At D.L. Evans Bank, we haven't invested in a deep line of digital banking services to help infuse more banking into your life. Just more living. D.L. Evans Bank. This is community banking.
Well, is IRMAC really the best hospital for pediatric care? I mean, aren't all ERs the same?
Not all ERs are the same. IRMAC's ER has been delivering high-level clinical care for over 3 decades. As a Level 2 trauma and burn center, IRMAC is well equipped to handle pediatric injury and illness. All IRMAC ER nurses have higher level pediatric certifications, and that's just not common in all ERs. And this expertise and experience is found only at IRMAC.
Your job is planning, planting, harvesting, and to be on call 24 hours a day. Our job is to make sure you have the resources to keep doing it. D.L. Evans Bank. This is community banking.
Well, how do I know when to take her to the IRMAC ER?
You can use IRMAC's free 24/7 nurse advice line. They'll advise you if you can take care of your child at home, if you need to go see your doctor, or come directly to the emergency room. Remember that IRMAC has the most experience taking care of kids. In fact, every IRMAC ER nurse has higher level pediatric certifications, not common in all ERs.
Thank you so much. We'll head right there.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
We're Valley-wide Country Store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
At all our local Teton dealerships, we're committed to our no problem philosophy.
No problem means we'll find it, not we don't have it.
No problem means the same fair prices that we've always offered on our new vehicles.
Because when you shop with us, it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicles.
Well, yes, I've heard Ermac has quite a few pediatric specialty services, but can you tell me what you have to offer?
Ermac offers specialized pediatric care in our ER and our pediatric ICU. Pediatric doctors focus 100% of their time on hospitalized kids. And Ermac has many children's specialties, like pediatric surgery and anesthesiology, cardiology and endocrinology, and more. This network of local pediatric experts is only found at Ermac.
What is community? It's Friday Night Lights with laughter as post-game commentary. It's fun runs, fun rides. It's passing the boot for local heroes. And it's breaking ground for groundbreaking startups. This is what makes a community. And it's what makes a community bank. It's fertile financial resources turned back into local soil. Here's to people helping others thrive. This is community banking. D.L. Evans Bank, since 1904.
I'm Connor from Idaho Falls. In high school, I started having trouble with my muscles. Playing football, kids half my size were pushing me around. My mom and I spent months traveling the country looking for answers. We finally got one right here at Ermac. I have a rare disease that causes my cells to lose energy. After 2 years of using a wheelchair, the therapist at Ermac taught me how to walk again. Now I can do the things that I enjoy and live the life I want. That's why I say, take me to Ermac.
At all our local Teton dealerships, we're committed to our no problem philosophy.
No problem means we'll find it, not we don't have it.
No problem means the same fair prices that we've always offered on our new vehicles.
Because when you shop with us, it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicles.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
It can be a lot, trying to figure out how to make it. How to dream big and to wonder, what if? Because no matter where you are in life, if you don't know what's possible in Idaho, it's hard to keep asking, what if? Which is exactly why Next Steps Idaho was created. With everything from smart tools that help you figure out careers you might be suited for, to training and education options for you. So keep asking what if at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
At D.L. Evans Bank, we haven't invested in a deep line of digital banking services to help infuse more banking into your life. just more living. D11's Bank. This is community banking.
Well, is Irmac really the best hospital for pediatric care? I mean, aren't all ERs the same?
Not all ERs are the same. Irmac's ER has been delivering high-level clinical care for over 3 decades. As a Level 2 trauma and burn center, Irmac is well equipped to handle pediatric injury and illness. All Irmac ER nurses have higher-level pediatric certifications, and that's just not common in all ERs. And this expertise and experience is found only at Irmac.
Well, welcome back. We're here at halftime. So we missed the fireworks show. We apologize for that. But at the homecoming court coming off the field there for Shelley High School here on homecoming night, the Dutch, the Duchess, the Prince, the Princess, and the King and Queen all honored here at Hobbs Field, excuse me. Shelley in good position here to win on homecoming night. They have a 14-0 lead at halftime over the Bonneville Bees. And really the only offensive drive of the game, Shelley went down and scored with about 13 seconds left in the first half. It's a short scoring summary for the game with about 9 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Bonneville punted away to CJ Fielding, and Fielding turned around and ran it back for 68 yards for the first touchdown of the game in the first quarter. Then, as I mentioned, with about 13 seconds left in the first half, there was a 19-yard touchdown pass from Nate Nelson, to Caden Johnson for a touchdown to put this lead where it's at, 14-0, and that's been it. Other than that, it's been all defense. There was an interception thrown, picked off by CJ Fielding in the first half. So it's been mostly Fielding, and then that pass from Nelson to Johnson, and Bonneville just hasn't been able to get anything going offensively.
And you can't fault the Bees defense by any means. I mean, only giving up 14 points in the first half, and one of them coming not because of you necessarily, more because of the special teams. They've got nothing to hang their heads about. The offense, like you said, though, nothing, like absolutely nothing. One big play. Other than that, it's been really 2 to 3 yards here and there, negative 5 yards here. A lot of penalties for the Bees, and they kind of stacked their penalties on back-to-back plays or on the same drive. And I'm sure that they had a lot to talk about at halftime. I'd expect a better second half from the Bees.
Yeah, really, Koa Herigfeld, and then Anthem Dahlke, the two featured running backs, have picked up some yards. Other than that, it's been, Jacob Perez with a reception that went downfield for a first down or two, and so, total yardage in that half for Bonneville. They never got inside the red zone. Really, I don't even know if they got inside the 40 on the other side, maybe once. But it hasn't been a whole lot better for Shelley on their side with that late drive, which was really helped by, they picked up a big first down, 15 yards, but then they tacked 15 more on with the late penalty again for roughing the passer, and that put them down at the 30. And from there, they got to the 19 and were able to throw it in. But had it not been for that penalty, it's still maybe 7-0 in this ball game.
And nothing really even on the ground for the Russets. I think maybe one run that went for 9 yards. I don't think they've had a first down on a run. The only plays that have gone over 10 yards have all been passes, which have been a grand total of 3 out of 4 for Nate Nelson in the first half. Like it really just wasn't that eventful in the passing game. But he's shown that he has an arm. He's been accurate. He's thrown with power, and I mean, if assuming the game plan it stays the same and they continue to stop the Bees, they might not have to pass it throughout the rest of the game. But if the Bees are able to come out here and reestablish their presence in the game, be interested to see if Nelson takes to the air a little bit more.
Yeah, Nelson, the thing I've liked most about what he's done is he's made good decisions when he hasn't had guys open. He hasn't tried to force anything. He's thrown behind guys down to the ground and just kind of burned a play because there was just nowhere to go with it. And so he's played heads up. He's got a touchdown pass on the day, no interceptions. So he's doing his job. The special teams have chipped in, and they have a 14-0 lead, looking at going 2-0 in the conference if they can get through this half. I want to thank everybody once again for joining us here on East Idaho Game Night. It's an IdahoSports.com game stream production of East Idaho Game Night, presented by Teton Auto Group and D.L. Evans Bank, as well as Eastern Idaho Regional Medical Center. That's IRMAC up in Idaho Falls, great regional hospital in the area. So this is their first kickoff of the game. Doing the kicking, that's number 22, Briggs Hansen. He does it all. He's listed as a quarterback, running back, defensive back, and apparently place kicker. Ball taken at the 12. Return on the left side, and that's Klinger down the far sideline. Klinger, homecoming king, carrying the crown out to about the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Russets.
He's the only Russet that had to be out here in the cold during halftime, and he needed to get warm really fast, and he did so on that kick return.
A little different hat on for the return than he had at halftime. And actually just across out to the 37-yard line, so just underway here in the third quarter. Rolling right. Pass completed, and the ball comes free, and Bonneville comes away with it. The ball got poked free on the turnover, and the Bees get a big turnover here to start the second half.
That was a big punch. I didn't catch who it was that had the strip there, but that was a very good strip, and exactly what the Bees needed going into this third quarter. Only 15 seconds out the clock, and they have the ball inside Shelley territory, which they haven't done almost this whole game.
Yeah, it's almost their best field position of the ball game. As the Bees, little momentum swings back their way over there to the visiting crowd on a night that has cooled off quickly here in Shelley. The breeze came up, and it is cold out there. Handoff up the middle. That's Dalkey. Dalkey doesn't get much. A lot more running side to side that time, as there wasn't much of a hole to run through. 2nd and 9 upcoming.
If you look at Dalkey's stat line tonight, it's going to be a lot of carries for probably just about as much yardage as he has carries. They've really, the rest of the defense has really stopped him from getting any steam after the line of scrimmage.
Howell, handoff up the middle to Dalkey. He's hit low and dropped after a short gain. A couple more. It'll be 3rd and about 6 upcoming.
With the tackle. Brings up 3rd down. All right, Shelley fans, this is your down. Let them hear it. Make some noise. Get loud, proud.
So 3rd down and a long 6 after the turnover on the fumble. And flags, and that has killed the Bees. A false start is going to back them up 5, so now it's 3rd and about 12. And you said it, Dallin, earlier. They just, those
penalties have kind of stacked up against him in bad spots. It hasn't just been here and there. It's been in those third down situations where now it's 3rd and long instead of 3rd and manageable.
And it might be part of their game plan to try to go on 2 or maybe on 3 on those 3rd downs because they want to get closer. They love to run the ball, but it's backfired over and over again tonight.
Man in motion, handoff inside, but he's grabbed immediately. Lucky to hold on to that ball. That pitch was almost intercepted by the defensive line, and now it's 4th and almost 16.
I'm not sure the defensive lineman for Shelley knew the ball was even there, but it nearly landed right in his lap.
So after the turnover, Shelley's defense comes up big and stops him on 3 and out. A nice punt away. Drives the return man all the way back inside the 5. And he's not going to get too much further, down about the 10. Fielding maybe let that one go, try to get it a touchback, but that time he decides to bring it out. It'll be right at the 10, 1st and 10 for the Russets.
And I wonder, too, if Fielding hadn't had a punt return for a touchdown earlier in the game, maybe he doesn't catch that one. Maybe lets it go to the back of the end zone, but he knew how to get through the B's earlier. Why not give it a shot again?
Pitch to the outside. There's blockers there. Klinger gets the corner. He's going to pick up decent yardage out across the 15.
Riker on the right side.
Riker Klinger just across the 15. So 2nd and 5.
2nd down and 4.
Nelson back under center. Handoff again behind him. This time over the left side, it's Kidman on the carry. Kidman going to pick up another 5, very close to the 1st down.
Kidman with the run up the middle.
And he's going to be just short, barely short, half a yard. So 3rd and less than 1. Shelley trying to get out of their own end of the field here with 8:41 left in the 3rd. Handoff over the right side, 1st down and more. That's Kidman with a big carry out to the 25. 1st down for Shelley.
Shout out to the offensive line for the Russets there, creating a great hole to get the necessary yardage for a 1st down there on 3rd down.
Once again, thanks for joining us here on East Idaho Game Night, presented by Teton Auto Group. That's Ermac Pediatric Services and D.L. Evans Bank. Huge thanks to Ermac Pediatric Services coming on with D.L. Evans Bank and the Teton Auto Group. Handoff, that one goes nowhere.
Up the middle.
It'll be 2nd and nearly 10, maybe a yard gain is all on the play. .740 and counting. You know, one thing with all the running, the clock continues to move, and game slowed down a little bit right at the end of the 1st half, but other than that, it's gone quick, and there goes Klinger right up the middle in a foot race down the far sideline. He's going to get caught and drug out of bounds, but all the way down inside the 5. 1st and goal, Riker Klinger with the biggest play of the game.
Long run right down the 5-yard line.
Klinger has home run speed, and he showed it off there. It's been a while since he's been in the open field in this one, and he took advantage on that play.
Yeah, about a 65-yard rush for Riker Klinger all the way down to the 5.
5 yards for Riker Klinger on the carry there.
And most definitely the biggest offensive play of the ball game for either school. And under center goes Nelson. Handoff up the middle to the goal line. Touchdown, Shelley.
Touchdown, Russets.
Ball carrier, that's number 4 on the carry for the Russets. Caden Johnson punches it in for 6 more.
Kate Johnson with the run up the middle. Touchdown, Russets.
Second touchdown of the ball game for Johnson.
Well, it's 20-0 now. The Russets showing that last week wasn't a fluke against a very good Blackfoot team. They're up. They're blanking Bonneville right now. Snap's good. Nice looking kick. If he got it in, he did. And it's 21-0 Shelley.
Kick up and good.
All Russets here on homecoming night, here on East Idaho game night. Remember, we will have our IdahoSports.com player of the game presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. That will be coming up at the end of the ball game. Caden Johnson making a little name for himself, putting in his name for that award. 6:49 left to go here in the third. Want to thank our major advertising partners, Project Filter, Valleywide Cooperative, the Idaho Transportation Department, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, and Next Steps Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. Also want to thank our power boosters, Idaho Ag Credit, 21st Century Auto Sales, Cox's Honey, and Teton Toyota and Volkswagen, and the Teton Auto Group. And our local sponsor, one of them, Alta Insurance, locally owned agency with locations in both Idaho Falls and Twin Falls. Alta's mission is to help our community by providing policies personalized to each consumer's needs. The community we work and live in is our #1 priority. As such, we offer a wide range of insurance products and companies able to take care of our community's assets. Alta Insurance has recently merged with Archibald Levitt Insurance in Rexburg, the same great names with the same great service together. Kickoff and return out across the 25-yard line. On the return, number 19 for the Bees. That is Tim Williams. And the Bees trying to get on the board. 6:44 left here in the third. They forced a turnover early in the quarter, but it went 3 and out. They weren't able to do anything with it. Back to pass and incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
Pass incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. That one's out in front of the intended receiver. Scary pass play. Could have been picked off maybe.
And if it was, it would have been probably a pick 6 because there was nobody else over there.
Yeah,
the receiver went down. And
yeah, just a little swing pass out to the home sideline.
And eventually, I mean, Bonneville, we saw a pass there, but eventually they're going to have to continue to go through the air because they can't afford to keep taking so much time off with the running plays.
They will pitch it on the carry. Flag comes in on the back side of the play. Carry was Keaton Train, and he is a Train. I mean, he's a big kid. 6 foot 170 and just a sophomore. So you got to think he's going to put on some extra weight. They very easily could be pushing 200 pounds within the next year or so.
Someone the Bees will like in a couple years as well.
Flag came in from the back side. We'll see what the call is as we take a look at our white hat for tonight. Block below the knees, chop block, and illegal block below the knees, and that will back him up. That's a big one. And that's really been the story, I feel like, for the Bees. It's just been penalties that have put them behind the sticks time and time again, and they haven't been able to overcome it yet. So 10-yard penalty.
10-yard penalty.
But from that spot, it looks like he'll take him back. 1st and 19, we'll say. Second, or it is second down, excuse me. 2nd and 19 from inside the 20. Back to pass, down the field. Great throw off the hands of the intended receiver, Tim Williams. And it should have been a touchdown if Williams could have caught it. Beautiful throw from Crew Howell. We haven't seen him really go deep down the field, and that was a beautiful spiral.
Yeah, he's got a strong arm, and I think we might see that play again.
That was
maybe
almost,
not on this one, but
yeah,
the next few.
It was about a 40-yard ball through the air. A nice throw from Howell. Just off the hands of Williams. Howell rolling now, drops it off to Perez. Perez stuck in the backfield. It looked like they had some room to run. The defense closed quickly. And a tackle for loss. Slow to get up there in the backfield for the Russets was number 9, I believe, Josh Llewellyn. But he's up, coming off the field, so that's a good sign for Shelley.
On the tackle for the Russets, Josh Llewellyn also in there for the tackle for the Russets.
So out to punt once again are the Bees.
Brings up 4th down.
That's tough. You haven't been able to put anything to get together offensively, and then you have a great play that just goes incomplete. And it kind of kills any momentum you might have had. Nice punt, driving the return man Mack. It's touched, and now it's problems. He does get down on it. Nice job covering that. Fielding. As that got interesting for a little bit, but it'll be 1st and 10 for the Russets at the 30.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Bees, it's just been one of those nights, like you said, with the penalties, the big play. They haven't had success running the ball, which they love to do. They've had success throughout the season doing it, and it's just been one of those nights for the Bees.
Still a lot of time left in the game, a quarter and a half left here as we're just barely under 6 minutes left in the third. Hitting the backfield and wrangled down. Big hit by number 52 for the Bonneville Bees. Brendan Briggs.
Brandon Briggs on the tackle for
A nice tackle by him.
That's his 3rd or 4th time getting in the backfield all by himself. He's definitely seeing something on those running plays.
Big, strong kid, if it's the one we're looking at. Sophomore, 210-pound sophomore for Bonneville. He'll be a force in the years to come. Again, that running play stood up. Kidman with the carry for maybe a yard out to the 30, maybe a couple. It'll be 3rd and 8 upcoming. Under 5 minutes to play now in the ball game. Excuse me, in the third quarter. We're still in the third, right?
The game is moving fast because of the run plays, but
not that fast.
We are still in the third quarter. Sometimes those homecoming half times that take a little bit longer really start to make you lose track of time.
Under center is Nelson, and we're going to have a timeout, it looks like, by head coach Josh Wells and the Shelley Russets. Again, we want to thank our sponsors for East Idaho Game Night, presented by Teton Auto Group, Ermac Pediatric Services, and DL Evans Bank. Huge thanks to them. And our major advertising partners, Project Filter, Valley-Wide Cooperative, the Idaho Transportation Department, who is also our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game sponsor, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Next Steps Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. And our local sponsors, Cox's Honey, Alta Insurance. Huge thanks to each of them.
And our power boosters, Idaho Ag Credit, 21st Century Auto Sales, Cox's Honey, Teton Toyota, and Volkswagen, and the rest of the Teton Auto Group. It's all the Shelley Russets here in this ball game. Started off with a 68-yard punt return by C.J. Fielding, a 19-yard touchdown pass from Nelson to Johnson to end the first half, and then a big run. A big run by Klinger set up a 5-yard touchdown run from Caden Johnson, his second touchdown of the ball game to make it 21-0.
Brings up 4th down and 4.
So 4th and 4 for the Russets. They're lining up like, no, they are going to punt it away. For a second, I thought they were going to come to the line and go for it, but they are going to punt it away, it looks like.
Sometimes you see the punter a little bit farther back. The Russets just about 10 yards back instead of traditional 12 to 15 you see from most teams.
Flag comes in. I'm not sure what it was. I would assume false start. No, an illegal substitution. So an illegal substitution against Shelley.
Another penalty that a coach just hates, especially out of the timeout. That's tough. I mean, 2 plays ago, I guess, but still, nonetheless, not a penalty you want to see on a punt when up 21-0.
Back to receive the kickoff is Dalkey, and a bad punt shanked off the side of the foot of Kidman will not make it to midfield. In fact, that's going to be the 43-yard line. And so Bonneville with a little bit of a gift there as they get the ball starting in Shelley territory with 4:19 to go. That's about the same spot where the turnover was. We'll see if they can have a different result out of this drive. They went backwards on the last drive from this territory.
I wonder if they'll go with the deep pass here on either 1st or 2nd down as well to just take a shot at the end zone.
Back to pass. Right down the middle, wide open, and he overthrew his intended receiver.
Pass just overthrown.
That was intended for Keaton Train, and that's the one that Howell needed to put a little more underneath that one, a little more air under it, and let Train run it down. But they had Keaton Train running wide open down the middle of the field.
Sometimes you get those guys a little too open, and you get a little excited as a quarterback, especially maybe a little urgency down 21-0, and we'll see if they take another shot here this close to the end zone. One of their best scoring opportunities today.
Howell is back to pass again. Now a little pressure and just over the hands of Train again. And Howell's just been a little inaccurate. That ball a little high for Train coming out of his cut. The last one over the head, down the middle. And, of course, the one that he's on target with got dropped in the last series. And so tough throwing night right now for Crew Howell, the senior quarterback for the Bees. Jacob Perez, the big tight end, coming onto the field.
Looked like he had a little limp as he was coming on the field. I wonder if he was getting taped up over there.
And Bonneville got to get back to the line and get this going quickly as they are starting to get the count from the back judge. Howell in trouble, being chased, gets it away, and alligator arms. He was going to get popped had he caught that. It was intended for Canyon Todd, but Todd was going to take a shot had he caught that. So 4th and 10. They just can't get anything going offensively as the Bees have stalled
here across into Shelley territory. 4:04 left here in the third quarter. Man in motion. Howell gets rid of it. Under pressure. Todd can't catch it. He wouldn't have got anywhere anyways, and that is it. A turnover on downs after they got good field position, and it's 1st and 10 for the Russets.
Number 25, Ben Hill with the pressure on the quarterback.
As much as we've said about the Bonneville offensive struggles, really got to talk about the Shelley defense. Right there, they knew that the Bees needed to pass it. They've known this whole drive. Apart from maybe the one throw that Howell overthrew, they had a lot of pressure on the quarterback and took advantage, get the ball back.
Handoff up the middle. I think that was Johnson on the carry.
Hand up the middle.
See who the ball carrier was. It was Johnson. He'll pick up about 3 more. Slowly adding to that rushing total. Of course, that rushing total for the whole Bonneville offense now probably over 100 yards, especially with that big 65-yard run, put them into scoring position. But it's been hard coming on the ground for both teams. They just haven't got a lot of rush offense. Up the middle again, that's Johnson again on the carry for a couple more out to midfield.
And coming from two teams that just love to run the ball, that's a testament to the game planning of the coaching staffs of both teams, but also maybe the execution not quite there for either team tonight. But Shelley's just made enough plays. I'm not going to say that they've been phenomenal on the offense side of the ball, but they've made enough plays to be ahead in this game. Home field advantage, homecoming night kind of can play a factor in it as well, and they're doing their job up 21-0.
2:40 and counting here in the third as they can run the clock and continue to go ground and pound here. First down, I believe, right at the sticks. That was Kidman, I believe, on the carry, or Klinger.
Run around the right side. Looks to be short. Nope.
First down.
Russets.
So he's right at the sticks. The official looked across and gave him first down.
Chad Peterson responsible for opening up the hole for first down on the line.
So the Russets keeping the drive moving here with 2:12 left in the third. Trying to tack on a little bit more. Right now shutting out the Bonneville Bees here on homecoming night for the Russets. And a hole opens up for Johnson. He'll get about 9, it looks like.
It's close to another first down. Let's see where to mark it.
Second down and 1 upcoming for the Russets.
Second down, 1 yard to go.
Minute 45 and counting here.
Again, Chaz Pearson with a nice block at the middle.
And now whistles being blown, and Bonneville takes the timeout.
Timeout.
We're going to take that timeout as well. We'll step away, thank a sponsor. It's East Idaho Game Night here on IdahoSports.com. We'll be right back.
Well, why should I take my kiddos to ERMAC?
Simply put, ERMAC has the most experience taking care of kids. As a Level 2 trauma center, we are well equipped to take care of pediatric injury and illness. All ERMAC ER nurses have high-level pediatric certifications, and that's just not common in all ERs. This expertise and experience is found only at ERMAC.
Wow, that's great. I had no idea.
Your job is planning, planting, harvesting, and to be on call 24 hours a day. Our job is to make sure you have the resources to keep doing it. D.L. Evans Bank. This is community banking.
Welcome back here to East Idaho Game Night. Of course, East Idaho Game Night presented by the Teton Auto Group, Ermac Pediatric Services, and DL Evans Bank. A 2nd and 1 upcoming for Shelley, who has been in charge of this ball game since about 9:28 in the first. 68-yard kickoff, punt return for a touchdown. Johnson on the carry, going to pick up the first down easily.
Johnson with the run and pick up the first down.
Some good blocking downfield on that play.
Yeah, number 55, Emmett Felstad. He got a couple cheers from the crowd as well. I don't think we caught it on the camera, but he had his man blocked about 20 yards downfield.
Yeah, he really pushed him back, and it's kind of been this drive. What this drive has looked like is the line starting to take over a little bit. It hasn't been in big chunks, but they have made Bonneville move. Floated over the middle and could have been intercepted. Dangerous pass. Really, I feel like the biggest mistake that Nelson's made, but it doesn't bite him. With 1:10 left here in the third. Just missed his receiver, threw behind him, and that was floating up there for grabs.
And a play like that shows that Shelley is still definitely interested in scoring the football here, because they've had success on the ground throughout this whole entire drive, but still opening the pass game as well.
Yeah, 2nd and 10, a conference game, not letting the gas off, or the foot off the gas yet. There we go. Get my words together. That's Klinger on the carry. Klinger
on the right side
has his feet taken out from underneath him. Pick up maybe about 3 yards. Be 3rd and 7 upcoming.
The run around the right side brings up 2nd down.
Ball just across the 30-yard line. As the clock rolls down under a minute now, 40 seconds and counting. The Russets happy to have that clock continue to roll as they're in charge here, 21-0. Handoff to Johnson over the left side. Johnson into the secondary and drags his man out for a first down. The clock will stop at 23 seconds. 1st and 10 for the Russets.
You have to think that probably will be the last play of the quarter, more than likely.
We'll see how quickly they come to the line because the clock is started now. Yeah, that is going to be it. They're not even going to come to the line.
Anthony Hackman, number 67, with a huge block. Top the run up the middle.
So at the end of the third, we'll switch ends of the field, and we'll come back with the fourth quarter. The Shelley Russets up 21-0 here on East Idaho Game Night. We'll be right back.
I'm Connor from Idaho Falls. In high school, I started having trouble with my muscles. Playing football, kids half my size were pushing me around. My mom and I spent months traveling the country looking for answers. We finally got one right here.
Welcome back here to the fourth quarter. Shelley with the ball on a first down on a carry that's going to get him about 6 yards. It'll be 2nd and 4. The Shelley Russets looking to go 2-0 in conference. If they can hang on here in the last quarter, up 21-0, just underway here in the fourth. Lauren Jensen and Dallin Fry are with you here at Hobbs Field here at Shelley High School. Handoff around the left side. I believe that's Johnson again on the carry.
Johnson again, this side left middle.
First down, just inside the 10, so 1st and goal. 1st and goal at the 9 with 11:15 left here in the quarter.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Man in motion. It's Klinger. It's Johnson with the carry again. Johnson bounces off one tackler and spins inside the 5.
Johnson bouncing, pinballing, moving, swinging, brings it just short of the goal line.
They'll mark him down just inside the 5. They'll be second and goal from the 4. It kind of looks like they're trying to get Johnson another touchdown here.
That's the formula that's worked for him, and maybe want to see how many he can get in this ball game.
The pitch goes to Klinger on the outside this time. Klinger to the pylon. He's not going to get there. Driven out of bounds. It'll be third down and goal.
Just short.
At the 1. And Klinger, he was trying to get to the corner. I think if he'd have cut it back inside, he would have walked in almost untouched. But
You see so many of the diving for the pylon plays nowadays that maybe he thought that was his pylon moment.
Yeah. He should have gone Superman and jumped and laid out. So here it is, Nelson under center. It's got Johnson. They're going to false start Johnson. They went for the quarterback sneak. Johnson was trying to get a little jump to help from behind. It'll be third and goal. That'll back him up to the 6.
That's something that, as a coach, you do not want your running back to get a false start on a QB sneak because more than likely it's not going to provide much. They're not going to be able to give much of a push, if anything. But nonetheless, they'll move back 5 yards and try again.
So we'll see what they can draw up here on third and goal. Of course, in this territory, you very well may try to go for it with 2 plays. Maybe they'll bring on the field goal unit if they don't get it here. We'll see. Right now they're thinking touchdown, though, and 6. Rolling out. Nelson cuts back inside, throws it for the goal line. Touchdown. A well-designed play, and I think that's Kidman. Yeah, it is. Kidman with the touchdown reception, his first of the ball game. And it's 27-0. Cade Kidman, a well-designed play. He went to the goal line, and Nelson found him.
Masco set. He gets the point.
PAT coming up here. Kicks up, looks good, and it is.
Masco kick is up and good. Now 28.
So with 10-12 left here in the 4th, a touchdown from Nelson to Kidman on a 6-yard touchdown pass makes it 28-0 with the PAT. I want to thank Cox's Honey. They've been serving Southeast Idaho for almost 100 years. Their honey is 100% honey. No additives, preservatives, or artificial flavors. At Cox's, they take pride in using the high-touch and personal process that have been in place since the beginning. Be sure to visit the brand new Cox's Honey store right off the main highway in Shelley. Cox's Honey, real, raw, honest since 1927. Proud to support the local student athletes. And Alta Insurance is locally owned agency with locations in both Idaho Falls and Twin Falls. Alta's mission is to help our community by providing personalized policies to each consumer's need. The community we work and live in is our #1 priority. As such, we offer a wide range of insurance products and companies able to take care of our community's assets. Alta Insurance has recently merged with Archibald Levitt Insurance in Rexburg. The same great names with the same great service together. And that kickoff with a little bit of wind behind it sails into the end zone for a touchback.
Great kick by Pasco. Sends that ball 7 yards into the end zone. Will be 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line for Bonneville.
So Bonneville running out of time here in this ball game, down 28-0. as they try to get something going offensively. They've had some sparks, but nothing has ignited. A little delayed handoff up the middle and a nice carry out to the 35-yard line. The ball carrier, number 26 for the Bees, that's Spencer Sewell.
Spencer Shelley for Bonneville Bees with a nice run up the middle.
Longest run play they've had since very early in the first quarter. So that's encouraging, at least, for going forward.
I'll keep an eye on the Shelley defense. They may have a few reserve players into the ball game. Up 28-0 here in the fourth. Again, kind of that delay handoff up the middle. Good carry for about 6 yards. And they're going to tack some more onto it. That was Sewell again on the carry, and they're going to tack 15 more onto that, I believe, unless we get something offsetting. I didn't see anything from the Bonneville player, but we'll see.
I saw maybe 2 different Shelley players getting into it. There was one flag that came from a Shelley push, and then right after that, another one. But there's a holding. I didn't see the hold. No unsportsmanlike conduct, just a hold. That's interesting.
Wow.
Based on when the flag was thrown, that's very, very odd. You don't normally see a holding flag come after the play. It must have been something that the officials maybe just waited on to see if the Bonneville player was continuing to do so, and they saw what they wanted to see apparently.
Yeah, not what we saw. We saw what was late in the play. But the holding penalty drives him back, just gives Sewell another opportunity to tack on some yards. He gets 10 of them back. And it's now 2nd and 10.
15 on the tackle there, along with Josh Doyle.
So Spencer Sewell, I haven't seen him run the ball a ton thus far in this ball game, but he's getting his opportunities and making the most of it. With 9 minutes left in the ball game, it's all Shelley here on homecoming night, 28-0. Tight formation. Again, a little misdirection, handoff over the left side. Ball carrier, that's Dahlke. And Dahlke gets 5 more. It's going to be 3rd and 5 upcoming.
And the Bees have ran that play probably 4 or 5 times throughout the ball game. The first time was when they had the greatest success on it. Since then, the Russets have played it better. That's the first time the Bees have had a positive carry on that play call since the first quarter.
Bonneville has not done well on 3rd down in this ball game. Trying to get a first down here. The pitch out the outside, trying to get there, and he does. A big hit, but he's going to get the first down.
Big hit by Dallin Hurd, number 14. Appears to be just
Keaton Train.
It is.
Hurd took on the Train, and there was a collision. But Train got enough. 1st and 10 for the Bees.
It's one of those plays that when they watch film, both coaches will be like, you laid the hit on that.
Yeah.
They'll be proud of both of them, and both sidelines. It fires up both sidelines as well.
Yeah, you're right. Train put a good hit on him, and Hurd reciprocated. Up the middle again from Sewell. Dives forward for close to another 5. They might have got the knee down early. See where they place that ball. They kind of split the difference. The 2 line judges, one was at the 50, the other was at the 49, so they put it in between.
And like you said, sometimes with these the dips in the or the runoffs from the middle of the field, you can't really see where the other one might be standing, and sometimes it's just a guess.
Back to pass. Nice throw to the outside, just off the fingertips once again. That is Perez as he laid out for that. Incomplete, and now it is 3rd and 5. 7:01
This is your down, 3rd down. Let's make some noise. Let them hear it.
left in the ball game. Remember, there's going to be a lot of scores coming in on the Friday Night Flash here on IdahoSports.com. Check those out for final scores from all across the state. See how your team did. And if you were in on the Gridiron Game Picks, check out how you did, stacked up against the so-called experts here at Idaho Sports. Nice pass, left a little short, but a great job going down and getting it behind him and low. And that time, Tim Williams hauls it in for a first down.
First down for Bonneville.
A few 4A scores for you. Rigby only up 21-17. That was in the third over Blackfoot. That's Blackfoot hanging tough with them. Lakeland 21, Post Falls 14 up north. Lewiston 26-3 over Sandpoint right now. Minico Burley, that was a big game that was slated, and Burley put up 80 last week, 82.
They had 82 with 6:36 left in the third quarter.
And Minico on top of them, Minico flexing a little bit, 35-20 right now over Burley. Ridgeview up on Caldwell. Skyview over Columbia right now, 14-6. And those are all the scores we have in the 4A ranks. Handoff up the middle. That's Sewell. Sewell trying to break free. He gets caught at the 25. Short of the first down, but it'll be third and about 2 upcoming. Yep. Minico, we've seen them play twice now. We've seen them play twice. Minico played Shelley here, beat Shelley pretty handily here, and then beat Century pretty handily. Minico's a good, solid team. They went undefeated into that first round of the playoffs last year and then got beat. It was kind of a shocker. They're back on a little bit of a revenge tour, trying to get back to those playoffs and get a deeper run, hoping to get to that state championship game.
And they returned a lot of seniors this year.
In trouble, looking to pass. Now he gets rid of it and tipped by a couple of Shelley players. Williams took a good shot at the end of it, but nothing doing on the play as Shelley wasn't fooled. And that's one of those things where because there was so much pressure in the backfield, Williams wasn't able to maybe get rid of it when he wanted to. He had to evade some tacklers, and that just, everything breaks down. The defense is able to recover. But Bonneville right now, they're as deep into Shelley territory as they've been all game. 4th and about 4. Back to pass. And left it short. It came off the hand funny. It looked out of Howell. Not sure if it got tipped at the line of scrimmage, but it'll turn over on downs. The ball was intended for Dalkey. I think if it would have been a clean throw, they would have had a shot there at a first down at least. But as it is, a turnover on downs, and it's 1st and 10 at the 25 for the Russets with 5:30 left in the ball game. Handoff up the middle, short gain. That carry went to Johnson again.
Carrier up the middle. Pick up the modest 2.
So 2nd and 9 upcoming. Under center again is Nelson, where he's been most of the ball game. Handoff to Johnson. Nowhere to go for Johnson that time. He's driven back. Big hit by number 42 for the Bees.
Johnson taking his backfield.
That's Koa Herigfeld.
Herigfeld with the tackle for Bonneville.
And a good one in the 2A ranks. It's Westside 20, Bear Lake 20 in the 4th. That was slated as and talked about this week as a good game. Westside ranked number 1 in the state. Bear Lake not far behind them. They're in the top 5, ranked in the top 5. And that's a conference matchup. A lot of implications with that football game. Handoff around the right side, not much there as it's stacked up. Falling forward is the ball carrier to the 27-yard line. That's Kidman on the carry. Yeah, it's 4th down, and it looks like Shelley will punt it away. 3:40 and counting left here in the ball game. It's East Idaho game night here at Shelley High School, homecoming night, presented by the Teton Auto Group, Ermac Pediatric Services, and D.L. Evans Bank. And stick with us because we're going to have our IdahoSports.com player of the game presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. Good punt away. Going to hit and take a nice bounce for the Bees. And down at the 43-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Bonneville. They'll have 3:03 left here to try to go 47 yards for their try to get a score on the board. Remember to follow IdahoSports.com on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Get updates, breaking news, pictures, and more. Just click the icons in the top left to follow us now. See if we can convince, what's that, Get Real? Have you heard of this Get Real app?
It's a new one to me.
It's I have nieces and nephews, which is why I know about it. Little social media app that once every 24 hours it pops up, and you have like 2 minutes to take a picture, and your phone takes a front camera and a rear camera picture. It's supposed to be like no filters, get real, right? In the moment,
gotcha.
Right? 24 hours, and it's a different time kind of every day, and you have 2 minutes to do it. So we'll see if Idaho Sports jumps on the Get Real app. I doubt it. We'll stick with the Instagram and Facebook, Twitter.
It's like we had a quarterback change for the Bees, huh?
Yes, we did. As he throws it down the field. That's number 12, I believe, out there.
Eli Hamilton, sophomore.
Yep, sophomore quarterback, 5'10", 160 pounds. That pass was intended for Canyon Todd, a fellow sophomore. Tell you what, he had a nice little throw on that ball. Nice tight spiral. It goes incomplete. It's 3rd and 7 with 2:24 left. Back to pass again, this time over the middle and incomplete. It was Todd again, but he was into quadruple coverage.
Pass is incomplete.
It'll be 4th and 7, and the punt crew will come on. 2:18 left in this ball game. It looks like the Shelley Russets are going to go to 2-3 on the season. They'll go 2-0 in conference. Those are the important ones. As they now, along with the Skyline Grizzlies, kind of in control of this conference. Punt away, maybe got tipped a little bit or came off the foot funny. And a short punt out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Russets. And we have a final. Minico beats Burley 42-28. Japheth Bendelli had 136 yards rushing and 4 touchdown runs for Bendelli.
I think he had 3 last week, if I'm remembering correctly as well.
At Century.
He's quite the running back, and they have quite a rushing attack overall with Minico, but he leads the charge and did so against their rival, once again stopping Burley from ever beating Minico. It's been so many years since they did.
And a timeout taken by the Bonneville Bees. We'll keep it here and thank a couple more of our sponsors. I want to thank the Teton Auto Group, D.L. Evans Bank, and Ermac Pediatric Services for being the presenting sponsors for East Idaho Game Night. Also, our major advertising partners, Project Filter, Valleywide Cooperative, the Idaho Transportation Department, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Next Steps Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. I want to thank our power boosters for tonight's game as well. Idaho Ag Credit, 21st Century Auto Sales, Cox's Honey, Teton Toyota and Volkswagen, and the Teton Auto Group as overall, and Atlas Insurance. Huge thanks to our local sponsors helping us bring this game to you. So the Shelley Russets with the ball with 2:12 left. They're going to go to 2-0 in the conference. As they got a big win over Blackfoot, and now they continue that. That was last week. They continue the win streak here against the Bonneville Bees. And breaking free into the clear is Johnson. Johnson down the far sideline and goes to the ground inside the 30. It looked like he was stuck in that first line of defense, and all of a sudden he popped out for a big yard, let's see, about a 42-yard run on the carry. And Johnson, we'll see what Shelley opts to do here. Did you see the Kendrick Genesee score from last week? The 1AD2?
No.
104-0.
Wow. I've never seen that before. I thought the Burley 82 was going to be the high score of the week. Apparently not.
Ball kind of fumbled on the snap or on the exchange, so the quarterback keeper goes for maybe no gain. Yeah, 104-0, and from what I gathered, it wasn't like they were running, as hard as this is to say, it wasn't like they were running it up. It really was just they had substitutions in there, and they just couldn't be stopped. And it's hard to swallow that, 104-0, but.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's hard to tell your kids to stop playing. Like, especially if there's substitutions coming in, they want their first varsity experience. They're not going to just take a knee and call it a game.
Well, and
which we'll be seeing the Russets do right here.
Yes. Yeah, with only 40 seconds left, and that will just about do it. They'll have one more play. Maybe they have to kneel it. Yeah, they're going to say one more. But yeah, you can't expect teams just to stop because you're beating them, and honestly, if I'm on defense, I don't want that anyways.
Right.
So the Shelley Russets here on homecoming night are going to come away with a 28-0 win over the Bonneville Bees. Don't go away. We're going to come back quickly after a brief break with our IdahoSports.com player of the game presented by the Idaho Transportation Department, and that's your final. The Shelley Russets 28 and the Bonneville Bees 0. That's our final. We're going to step away for a quick break. We'll be back here for the IdahoSports.com player of the game presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. We'll be right back.
I'm Connor from Idaho Falls. In high school, I started having trouble with my muscles. Playing football, kids half my size were pushing me around. My mom and I spent months traveling the country looking for answers. We finally got one right here at Ermac. I have a rare disease that causes my cells to lose energy. After 2 years of using a wheelchair, the therapists at Ermac taught me how to walk again. Now I can do the things that I enjoy and live the life I want. That's why I say, take me to Ermac.
Well, welcome back here as we've gone final. The Bonneville Bees fall to the Shelley Russets 28-0 here on homecoming night at Richard J. Hobbs Field here at Shelley High School. And for our IdahoSports.com player of the game presented by the Idaho Transportation Department, it is number 4, Caden Johnson of the Shelley Russets. He was the featured running back for the Russets. Probably had just over 100 yards rushing for the Russets. He also added 2 touchdowns to that. He had a 19-yard touchdown reception in the second and a 5-yard touchdown run in the third. He also set up the final touchdown for Kidman and kind of put this game away as he broke free for about a 30-yard rush that kind of set them up where they took a knee down around the 20-yard line. So congratulations to you, Caden Johnson, the IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. Real quickly, we'll go over the scoring with you. It was all Shelley in the first. CJ Fielding got things started with a 68-yard punt return for a touchdown. That was about 9:30 left in the first. And then, as I mentioned, from Nate Nelson to Caden Johnson, a 19-yard touchdown pass made it 14-0. About 8 minutes left in the, or excuse me, that was with 13 seconds left right at the end of halftime. Then to start the third off, Johnson got another 5-yard touchdown run to make it 21-0. And then in the fourth, Kidman capped things off with a touchdown catch. About a, trying to remember, it was a 6-yard touchdown pass from Nate Nelson to Kidman to make it 28-0. And that was our final score. Bonneville unable to get on the board tonight. So once again, the Shelley Russets, they go to 2-3 on the season, 2-0 in conference, and the Bonneville Bees fall to 1-4 overall as they'll try to get back in the winning column next week. Well, this has been an IdahoSports.com presentation, GameStream production of East Idaho Game Night, presented by Teton Auto Group and D.L. Evans Bank, as well as Ermac Pediatric Services. Brought to you by our major advertising partners, Project Filter, Valleywide Cooperative, the Idaho Transportation Department, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, and Next Steps Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. Broadcast was also made possible by the great support from our local sponsors tonight, Cox's Honey, Alta Insurance, as well as our power boosters, Idaho Ag Credit, 21st Century Auto Sales, Cox's Honey, Teton Toyota and Volkswagen, and of course the Teton Auto Group. Congratulations again to our IdahoSports.com player of the game, Caden Johnson for the Shelley Russets. 2 touchdowns, 1 receiving, 1 rushing, and over 100 yards rushing for Caden. And congratulations to him. And special thanks to the athletic director here at Shelley High School and everyone else behind the scenes here at Shelley for their hospitality. I'm Lauren Jensen. Thanks for joining us again. Myself and Dallin Fryer as the Shelley Russets defeat the Bonneville Bees by a score of 28-0. Stay tuned to IdahoSports.com for all the games coming in on the Friday Night Flash. And everybody have a great weekend. If you want a little more good action, football action for the Emotion Bowl coming up tomorrow, 4 o'clock, jump back on IdahoSports.com for that. Have a great night, everybody.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com is strictly prohibited. This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com is strictly prohibited.